So some moment at A equals 0. Help me write it down. 12 times 45 is negative. Agree? Put your finger at A. The other 12 times 60 is negative. The third 12 times 75. Agree? So 45, 60, 75, all of them are negative. Then I have here Py. Py times 60 times 90 is positive equals 0. What is Py?
I got 24.
24?
24, yeah.
24. And sum of forces on y equals 0. I have a 12, 12, 12, 3 negatives. Py is positive, Ay is positive, equals 0. Or Ay equal. We said 24, 12. Correct?
Correct.
That is number one. Number two, make the cut and choose which side. Which side do you want to deal with? This side or this side?
Left side.
The left side is easier. Number three, free body diagram for the chosen cut. You don't need these to dry now. Let me put the lid on them. Okay. The left side is this one. Why I know it, equal to 12 here. This is G. This is E. This one here, H. This one here, GI. E, F, G, F. Did you notice how I called all of them? Look how I called them, how I named them. I called EH, not HE. I call it EF, not FE. I call it GF, not FG. I call it GI. Why? These are vectors. We call them from tail to head. All vectors, okay? Do we have anything else in here? Dimensions. The only dimensions we have 15 here, 15 here, 8 and 8. You don't need to worry about the angles because these vectors that we cut are vertical and horizontal, correct? From here, in order for this element or this structure to be in equilibrium, I need to apply, so number 4 now, so this is the free body diagram, which was number 3. Number 4 is apply 3 equations of equilibrium. That's all we have. Which one to start with? Sum of the moment at either E or G. Sum moment at E, for example, equals 0. Sum of moment at E, this, I'm not going to create moment. Agree? So I have it 12 times 30 is going to be negative. Put your finger at E and look at this at 12. It's going to rotate this way. Agree? That's negative. GI times 16 is going to be positive. Equal 0. From here, GI equal 12 times 30 over 16.
22.5.
20.5.
22.5.
22?
22.5.
What do you think about EH? Can anybody give me a number, quick number for EH? Without doing anything.
22.5.
22.5.
Yeah.
And opposite direction. Because sum forces on X equals 0. I have EH is positive. EH is positive. Agree? GI is positive. Equals 0. Or,
It's going to be a negative because you got to get over the other side of the.
hold on. Now, GI is 22. So EH positive 22.5 equals 0. Or EH equal negative 22.5. Correct?
Which means that's the opposite of what's assumed, so that would be a compression. Instead of pulling away, it's pushing in on that.
Yes, it's going to be hitting the right way later on. It's going to be this way. Pushing on. Now, where I should go next? If I calculate the moment now at point A here, some moment at A equals 0, I have EH times 16 is going to be negative. EF times 30 is going to be negative. GH times 30 is going to be positive. Anything else? Anything else? The GI is not going to create a moment, and the 12, the AY is not going to create a moment. Agree? 0. From these, what do we know? We know EH. We know EH. So, 22 negative 22.5 times 16. EF, negative 30 EF.
Oh, excuse me?
Yes.
Do you mean GF instead of GH?
Yes.
You would realize, don't you, Doctor?
G,
There's no GH in the...
GF. Thank you. GF here positive 30 GF equals 0. This is one equation with two unknowns. Sum of forces on y equals 0. EF is negative. GF is positive. 12 is positive equals 0. What do we have in here? Two equations with two unknowns. Plug them in your calculator, problem solved. Correct? Everybody?
Yes.
Questions on this problem?
Wait, so EH for moment at A, so you make that negative, of the negatives it's positive?
This is negative. Means it's in this direction.
It's going the opposite, yeah.
Means it's going to be positive. Negative, negative is going to be positive.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay? Because I wrote it here as negative without correcting it, so you can write it this way, or you can change it and immediately it's positive because it's rotating this way.
Can you
Anybody? Yes.
can you just leave that arrow pointing that way in the free body diagram, as long as you have that negative in the answer?
Or you can get EH equals 22.5 in this direction.
Oh, okay.
Positive magnitude all the time. From these two equations, you get EF equal GF equal.
Not anything with it because there's no horizontal external forces, so there's no reaction AS.
Yeah, I can't get an answer either.
Okay? Questions on this problem? Let's move to the second problem, then we will get back to this later on. What does this say? This is page 310.
Determine force in AD, AG, etc.
Okay, let me finish this in a nice way. So this is A is here, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. This line here is dividing this into 8 feet and 8 feet. The height here is 31.5, and this one here is 9. 12, 14, 14. And find forces and members AB, AG, FG. AB, AG, FG. Look, do I need to calculate the reactions?
Yes.
Do I need to calculate the reactions?
First step.
Do I need for this problem to calculate the reactions? I can take this side, and I don't need reactions. Agree? If I take this side here, one point eight, 1.8.9, D, C, D, G, H. And now, this is vector BA or AB, this is vector GA, this is vector GF. We need one angle. This angle here is alpha, and alpha equal tangent, arctangent of 9/12. Agree?
36.8 or 36.9?
36,
36.9, yeah.
36.9 degrees. So, because I selected that side, I didn't need to calculate the reactions, because the reaction is going to act on this side. I can calculate the reactions and deal with this side. Correct? Everybody?
Wait, what do you mean reaction?
I have reactions here. Here there is a pen or a ruler in here. Here is a pen or a ruler in here. If I choose to deal with this, then I need the reactions. Agree? Where to start? Where to start? The best way is to start with sum of the moment at A or sum of moment at G. Yes?
Quick question, if you pick this side to deal with, do you deal with, when you're finding the reaction, do you take into consideration the 1.8, 1.8?
When we deal with the reactions, we deal with the reaction of the whole structure.
Oh, okay.
So I'm calculating the moment at K. This force times this distance, this force times this distance, this force, then this reaction, and I get this reaction. Then sum of forces on Y, I get the other reaction. Okay? Then I deal with this side has this force, this reaction, this reaction. If I deal with this side, I have these three forces. Make sense? Okay, let's say what to start with. We said either what? Sum of the moment at A, because here is A. These are going here to meet here at point A. Sum of moment at A is going to get rid of these two forces, agree? And I get GF. Sum of moment here at G, I get rid of these two forces, I get this one. What is this angle here, beta? Beta?
Inverse tangent of
9 over
40.
28, 30, 40. Give me please a number for this. Beta. While you calculate that, sum moment at A equals 0. What do we have here? Put your finger here. 1.8 times
12. That's negative.
12. Positive, negative?
Negative.
Negative. 1.8 times 26. Negative. 0.9 times 40. Negative. Correct? GF times 9. Negative. Equals 0. Agree on this statement. I agree on some moment at A, what I wrote there. Some moment at A, these two are hitting A. There is no distance. The distance is 0. Correct? So here, 1.8, this one times 12. Then 1.8 times 12 plus 14, 26. Then 0.9 times 40. Then this GF times this height, 9. All of them are negative, which means GF, give me a number please for GF.
2.61.
And it's negative. Correct?
Yes.
Negative. All these are negatives. What's that?
Oh, it has to make light.
That's what you're doing, guys. You put your finger here and see every one of them how it's going to create a moment, in which direction. So this one is rotating this way is negative. 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 This one is rotating this way as well. Negative.
I might not have done that right.
Another answer, please.
11.6.
Yeah.
11.6. Negative 11.6. Okay. We know the horizontal one. Now, if I write sum of forces on x, sum of forces on y, I write two equations with two unknowns. This has xy component, this has xy component. So I can write sum of force on x, sum of force on y, plug it in the calculator and get the answers. That's one thing. I can calculate the moment here at g and get this one. Which one do you like?
Moment.
Moment. Sum of the moment at g equals 0. Let's see what we got in here. At g, we have 1.8 is not going to create a moment. Can you see that? Everybody? Distance is 0. This 1.8 times 14 is negative. The 0.9 times 28 is negative. BA, cosine of beta times this distance. This distance is from here to here. This is distance D. Let's look at D, guys. Here's a triangle like this. Here's a triangle. This side is 9. This base is 40. Inside it, I have this triangle. Correct? Inside the blue one, I have the red one. The base is 28. How much is this one? So, let's call it D. D over 9 equal 28 over 40. From here, D equal 9 times 28 over 40. What is D, please? 6.3. So this is 6.3. What was beta, guys? Any answer for beta?
12.7.
12.7. 12.7 equals 0. The other component of BA, where is going to be? So this component here is the positive one. It's this one here. Let me show you. This one is here. Correct? Cosine is going to be this one times this D. The other component is this one. It's not going to create a moment, correct?
Correct.
Okay, this equation gives us one answer for dA. What is dA, please? Yes.
Kind of confused about the moment about A. Why don't we have to take the reaction at K?
We are not working with that side. This side,
But A is on.
this side is not, doesn't exist at all. This is how you look at it.
So
Like,
we're taking the moment about A, which is on that.
here is the structure. Doesn't exist. It doesn't matter how you look at it. You look at this side like it doesn't exist. It's not A. It's not A. They meet there. They could meet in different locations. Some of the moment at the point where the forces meet. Could be meeting at A, could be meeting somewhere in here. So that's what we do. We go to meet here. These two meet here. So I go where they meet to make the moment. That's all. It is with the, and this is now the side like you erase it, doesn't exist. From this, any answer for BA?
8.2.
8.2. 8.2. The last thing, I still have one element, which it is GA. If I do sum of forces next, I get the answer for GA. If I do sum of forces in Y, I get the answer for GA. If I do sum of the moment at D, correct? D, I get rid of this and this. D here, I get this one. What do you want me to do? Sum of forces in X, or sum of forces in Y, or sum of the moment? All of them are easy, so I think the easiest way is sum of forces. Sum forces on Y, for example, equals 0. From here I have negative 1.8, negative 1.8, negative 0.9. Then I have positive GA sine alpha. Sine 36.9 is positive. Then I have positive BA 8.2 sine beta equals 0. One equation with one unknown, GA equal. Give me a number, please. Any answer?
About 4.5.
4.5. Okay. Is this hard? Method of section. Method of section is the one that you are going to use more often than any other method, because it takes you direct to the element you worry about. I am designing this element, I just go to calculate what tension in this element or what force in this element, and I deal with it. However, that doesn't mean you need to ignore the forces in the joints, because sometimes you just go do the joints. So these questions, these two questions, were find these elements by using method of section. What I do in the test, I say find A, B, C, D, E, F using method of section, and find B, C, D, H using method of joints. Some of you, listen, some of you will start from here, move to here, move to here, move to here to find them. Okay? This is easy, you could do it because it's short, but if it is like this and I ask you about find HG, and you will start from here, you take the whole day. So what we do, you go here. I am looking for which elements? B, C, this one. I'm looking for BH, this one. If I go and isolate joint B, I have 1, 2, 3 elements. So what I need to do? I will isolate G first. Let's get rid of this. Isolate G. If I isolate G, then I have G, B, G, A, G, F, G, H. Do we have anything else in here? We know this is alpha. GA and GF, we know them already. GF is 11.6. GF. In this direction. Agree? GA. What is GA?
4.5.
4.5 in this direction. The other two, I don't know, sum of forces on what? Equals 0, 4.5 sine of alpha positive GB equals 0, or GB equal negative. Give me a number, please. Give me a number.
2.7.
How much?
2.7.
2.7. Do I need to calculate sum of x to get this one? No. I just need to move now to joint B. So this was joint G. Joint B. Joint B has this element, BA. It has this element, straight here, and has this element. Let's look at them now. BA is 8.2. We know it in this direction. This one is BC that I'm looking for. I will put it in this direction. BH, I will put it in this direction. Again, just I'm guessing. BG is negative. BG is negative means here is in this direction. Means it's in here in this direction. Agree? BG. GBBG. Okay? Do you agree on this now? Do you agree on joint B?
Yes.
Everybody? Sum of forces on X and sum of forces on Y, where we can come back here. Sum of forces on X equals 0. 11.6 is positive. GH is positive. Where I'm looking? Sorry. I'm looking at this one. 8.2 cosine of 12.7 is negative. Agree?
Yes.
BC cosine of 12.7 is positive. BH cosine BH, this one here, let's call it gamma. Gamma tangent negative 1 of
6.3 over 14.
6.3 over 14. Give me please a number for gamma.
24.2.
24.2 degrees. Is heading this way, negative, equals 0. I write here, I wrote down one equation with two unknowns. I will write sum of forces on y equals 0. Sum of forces on y. The 8.2 is positive sine of 12.7. Heading up. PG is, let's PG to the end. The BC sine of the 12.7 is negative. The BH sine of the 24.2 is positive. BG is positive. Let's look at the unknowns now that we have. The BC is unknown. The BH is unknown. The BC, BH, the BG, now we know BG.
2.7.
How much?
2.7.
2.7. Let's look at where we find 2.7. Negative. It's positive in here. BG, 2.7. Equals 0. Two equations with two unknowns. Can you see that? Two equations with two unknowns. Plug them in your calculator and you get the answer. Now, do you want me to solve another one of method of joints at that structure? Guys, yes or no? Hmm? No? No? Okay, 10 minutes a break and come back to talk about the frames.